Hi everybody, Kelsi Wallace here, and nope, let's try that again. Hi everyone, Kelsi Wallace here, and I just wanted to get on here and try and make a shorter video than our first one. I'm so sorry that was like 25 minutes long. I guess I should start out by saying this is our trying to conceive journey. And so if you are not part of the TTC community, you might not find much interest in my videos, but it's pretty important to learn about it. So thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to say where I started in this process and where we are today, Spencer and I. So as fast as I can. In 2016, I got off birth control, and from there, we waited about a year. We went to my primary doctor, and she said, no, you're so young. I was 28 at the time, and she goes, nope, no way, like, I'm not gonna put you on Clomid or anything until you wait a year. So we waited a year, and then I just always kind of knew that something was wrong with my body since I was never regular. I never had a regular cycle or anything like that. So eventually I just said, I'm just gonna go to a specialist. I told Spencer, I said, I'm gonna make an appointment and I'm just gonna go because I don't feel like I wanna waste any more time. I was 29. And so I made an appointment with Seattle Reproductive in Tacoma and went there, met with my doctor. He was a lot younger than I was expecting. Like, I don't know actually what I was supposed to expect. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So I met with him. It was a really quick consultation. He didn't really ask me a lot of questions. He said, well, you're 30 or you're 29, you're young. I think that this is gonna be really easy. He verbatim told me, I can get you pregnant in 2 months. And I left that appointment floored. I was just like, there's no way. I called Spencer, I was like, you're never gonna believe this. The doctor says he can get us pregnant in like 2 months. He's ordering my prescriptions, but first I have to get an HSG test done. He had to do a semen analysis and then I complete background check with my blood. They checked for everything, any sort of disease or cancer, anything like that, to make sure that I didn't carry the gene, because then if I did, then Spencer would have had to pay the money to get the test done as well. And if he was also positive for it, then there was gigantic chances that our child would have said disease or cancer, whatever they test for. Thankfully, everything came back negative, so Spencer didn't have to get that done. He did the semen analysis and that came back with flying colors, so he's good to go. So from there, I started my first round of letrozole. Oh, the HSG test too, by the way, I will do another video on my whole experience with that. It's kind of an interesting experience that I had, but it wasn't bad. Did my first round of letrozole. I took 7.5 for 5 days, went in for a follicle scan to see if I had any mature follicles, and we were gonna follow it with just timed intercourse, no trigger shot, no anything. I went in for my follicle scan and they had nothing more than like an 8. I think my largest was like a 10. So my doctor was like, okay, well, they'll just keep growing. Just go home and do timed intercourse. Sorry about that. So we did the 2-week wait and Aunt Flo came like right on the money, like right when Aunt Flo was supposed to come, which never happened before. So I know that was because of taking the letrozole. Felix, please don't start whining. I know it's sad, isn't it? It is so sad. I asked what was the next step, and he said to me, well, we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna order Ovidrel, which is our trigger shot, which makes you ovulate. I did the same amount of letrozole. I did 7.5 again, 5 days, took 3 at a time each day. Went in for a follicle scan, same thing. It was nothing bigger than a 10. I remember leaving that appointment. Spencer went with me to that appointment, and I was so discouraged and broken. I think it's because the doctor originally told me, like, oh my gosh, girl, I got you, like, you're gonna get pregnant in no time, you're young. And obviously that wasn't the case. He canceled the trigger shot after that second round. He said, don't take it, they're not mature enough, so just do the 2-week wait, do timed intercourse, and maybe a miracle will happen. Goes by, and same thing, Aunt Flo shows up right when she's supposed to. Thank you, letrozole. I mean, really not thank you. I didn't want Aunt Flo to show up, but still. It's kind of a weird thing when Aunt Flo shows up and you're like, dang, good girl, way to show up on time. I appreciate that. After Aunt Flo decided to show her face again, I emailed my doctor through the patient portal, and I asked what the next step was. Of course, you don't talk to the doctor, you talk to the wonderful nurses, and my nurse at my first RE was so awesome. He said, well, let's do the same thing. I wrote back and I was like, are you sure? Because this is obviously not working. My body is not responding to the medications. This is just wasting time, and it's like heartache month after month after month. Like, how about we, up it or do something different or something. We did the exact same thing again. Same ending of the story, same size follicle, nothing bigger than a 10. During that time that I found out, like, my Aunt Flo showed up after my 3rd round of letrozole, I know Felix, it's sad, but can you stop whining? It's ruining my video. They don't want to hear it. Sorry, I'm gonna deal with this real quick. After that 2-week wait happened, then I got a phone call from a friend of ours, and she asked me what Seattle Reproductive I was going to. There's a couple different locations, and at the time I was going to the Tacoma location. She goes, hey, I saw Dr. Dudley in Seattle, and he's phenomenal. You have to see him. She just had her baby girl. She got pregnant very quickly with Dr. Dudley, which gives you so much hope when you see somebody that you know and you've known forever, to have such good responsive care. Okay, so sorry about that. My camera died and then Spencer got home, so he gets to be a part of the video.
Hey, hey.
So I left off talking about how our friend suggested Dr. Dudley in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched my care over and I switched to go see him. I just called Seattle Reproductive, the Seattle location, and said, please move all of my information over. And then we went in for our first consultation with Dr. Dudley, and he he was awesome. What did you think about him?
Yeah, I liked him.
You never got to know the first doctor, though.
No, I never met the
so
first
you didn't
doctor.
really have a comparison, but
he was good. Yeah, he was very informative and very, he listened well.
Dr. Dudley, it was the first time I ever met a reproductive endocrinologist. He was my second one, but that actually sat us down and asked, from day one, from your very, very ever first period to today, tell me about your process.
The dog just went crazy. Hey, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
Good boys, over here, good boys, yeah.
I feel like we're gonna have to start putting them away whenever I record.
Nah,
this is real life, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about real life, so this is real life. We sit down, and at the end of the appointment with Dr. Dudley, we go through all of my history. He says, okay, we're gonna do these trials of these 3 different steps here. We're gonna start with this one, where we did letrozole again on a lower dosage. I did 5, followed by Gonal-F, which this man was the guy that injected me because I could not do it myself.
It's my first time administering a shot.
So tell me how it was. Tell them how you felt it was when it went through the skin.
It was weird. Like, there's a little resistance and then just whoop.
But what we were imagining though?
I don't know. I've never done it before. So.
Was it just too easy to go through the skin?
It was just weird. Just the way it punctured through the skin was kind of. Well, no, it wasn't like. For some reason, I imagined like a small needle going through, like if you would poke it into some dough.
You think my belly looks like dough? Nice.
Skin dough. And then it was just like a little resistive, and then sorry, that's what I meant. And then it was just like right through the skin.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and then it was really easy through there. And then I was trying to be like, all right, I don't want to go too deep. And then Felix was like, I'm like sitting here putting it in, and Felix was like, but
there's
I saved
a video of it actually on my Instagram at the Wallace Chronicles _TTC. You can see a video of Spencer giving me the gone left shot in our kitchen right there behind us. And
when you know
Spencer,
that Felix bumped me.
He gets bumped by Felix. And it hurt so bad.
But not the bumping part.
Yeah, because it bumped into me.
No, I saved it. The bumping, no.
Okay,
I get that the shot hurt, but I saved that bump.
Oh, whatever you say.
Love you.
I had like the worst cramping the next day. It was so insane.
It's so hard for me to sit up like this.
Babe,
I got some
he's
thrills.
struggling and it's like gonna take you 3 more minutes.
I'm not flexible.
He just got back home from playing racquetball.
Yeah.
But he can't sit on the floor.
Because it's different. Like I can run around, but I can't like being flexible. I can't even touch my toes. You know, my hips are tight.
Yeah. What was I just saying?
You said after the shot.
Oh yeah, I was feeling really, really super crampy. I was knotting up like pretty bad where he stabbed me, and yeah, and I thought it was working. I asked Instagram and I said, hey, is cramping a good thing? And everybody's like, yes, it's great. So then we went to our follicle scan, and lo and behold, guys, guess what?
Didn't grow.
Didn't grow. And I didn't respond to it at all. It was heartbreaking. I cried immediately after we walked out of the clinic. I took an emotional day off of work because it was like so devastating. How did you feel?
Well, just right when, because I was recording it too in the room on her phone, and right when the scan happened, I saw, because she clicks the diameter and then it automatically shows the number there. It was discouraging at first. Then she also measured her uterine wall, and that's the biggest that it's ever been, the thickest.
It was at the perfect lining size.
And that has never happened before.
Yeah.
It was always too small. So I was also discouraged, but I knew she was really discouraged. And so I tried to get the positive out of it, which it was a positive, and it still is a positive that
Spencer found the silver lining. We are currently on a 2-month break. We are going to Kauai next month, a month from today. We leave a month from today to Kauai. And I'm photographing a wedding down there, and then we just made a vacation out of it. We're gonna reset our bodies, come home, and then, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh. We are going to try IUI number 2.
IUI this time, right?
Yeah, but did I mention it was an IUI that last time? I said it.
I don't know.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
No,
so the last one with the Gonal-F shots, that was supposed to be followed with an IUI, which was canceled because my follicles didn't grow. So we just had like a solid 2-minute talk about how Spencer can't sit here any longer because it's hurting him.
It's a problem. Like, I've always been tight. I can't stretch out.
Said. That's what she said. Why we're coming back, we're doing co-IUI, which is COH IUI, and what that means is it's basically the same thing as doing IVF. Co stands for controlled ovarian hyperstimulation, which means that I'll have to go in a lot more often to get my follicles scanned to make sure I'm not overstimulating, because that could be horrible. So it's followed by an IUI instead of an IVF. and I don't know. We're hoping that it'll be our saving grace, but it's hard to like go in with like a super positive mind though, because you don't want to get your hopes up.
Yeah, I know, and it's you always want to be positive always, but right, it is. You want to expect the worst, hope for the best.
Yeah,
I guess, but
it's a really weird thing to go through, guys. It's a really weird thing to go through.
Because you want to be positive for your body too, because your body
responds to it does. Yeah.
So it is hard, but we can do it.
Yeah. Huh.
Mhm.
Spencer is so done doing this right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. What up? All right. Thanks for watching our channel. Subscribe to us.
Weird to say that.
I know. I feel like a weirdo saying that, but that's it. Bye.